Hi friends, this is Joseph and I'm gonna explain you how did I do my PA3, the simple physics game, and and I'm gonna run it so that you can see how does it work. So we're here in Eclipse. I have 8 classes that are board, disk, square, jewel, position, center, play, and object. Okay, so let's see object first. We have the object, few fields, name, center, and the printing method. Then we have square, which extends object, which is because it's a square. It has the overrides the name, center, length. It has length. You build the constructor and the method. Printing method. We have also the jewel. There's jewel right here, which extends square because it's also a square. Jewel does the center and the length and causes super for building the jewel. Um, what else? Object, square, jewel. We have disk. The disk, yeah, has a diameter, center, overrides, and building the same and printing method. Center, it's a simple class, X and Y. It's basically in every object, and to build it just specify the X and Y coordinates. Um, Alright, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need 3 more. Position is whatever it's gonna be in every slot in the 2D array, which you will see in a moment. It basically says occupied, which is a boolean if there's an object or not, and if there's an object it will say which object. Finally, let's go to board. So this is the board as a field, 2D array of positions, which is the object from the class we saw, and an array list for disk list, which is a list of disks. It constructs in the constructor 100 per 100 to the array of positions and initializes it in files, all of them. Then we have method put square, which puts a square in a random place in the board. Then the put jewel, and finally the put disk, which output the specific object. Here it includes it in the disk list, the disk once it adds it in the board. And yeah, each of these methods adds the specific object in the board. So let's go to play, and we're right here. So this is a long. Here we're setting everything. We're building the board, a scanner to ask the user to include an angle, a strength in percentage he wants to use, and to choose which disc he wants to play because there are a few on game. Once he adds that, the computer analyzes everything, the program, the distances, how long it's gonna go, what if it goes away, disk out of board, then it just cancels it. It counts how many disks you have, um, how many disks you have, how many jewels were gained already, and all those points are analyzed and taken into account. If the ball hits a block or a square, if it gets pasted to it, it doesn't move, it becomes static. Just the same if it's a ball, if it's a jewel, they disappear and appear again. All this is handled by here. The way I handled the movement of the ball is it always decides depending on which third of the total amount of angles. Like in simple words, if there are 90 degrees, depending, let's say it has a 68 degree, which is in the second third, so it would decide to go to the obliquous, the diagonal square. If it's less than 30, it's in the first third, so it will go right. And if it's up, and if it's more than 60, oh well, actually more than 60 would mean up because it's the third third. If it's 40, which is in the second third, it would go diagonal oblique, and if it's less than 30, it will go right. And that will be the operation that we'll always do if, and we'll test that. That's the main if statement, and according to that, we'll decide if it goes left, up, right, or obliquous. And then, and at the same time, handling everything. So this per first loop does that and tests everything, and goes from the first part, from the moment that it starts moving the disk till it reach the highest point, and this part from the highest point till the end, till it goes down, down, down. And it's basically the same, just changing the directions more than of y, because it start going down with the gravity. And it's basically the same principles, same ideas, same messages, same tools. And then if you counter it's more than 5, you won. If no, you run out of discs, game over. If you have more than the 10 discs used and you haven't won because of the jewels. So let's run it now. So we have a adding a square at positions. We'll have this square, adding the squares, then the discs and the jewel. So first we have to specify an angle. Let's put 45. Percentage used, let's go for the 50%, and let's choose the first one, 2. So we chose this third of them. As you can see here, disk position, it gives all the pathway that the disk took to get to the blocks. It seems that it didn't touch them, that's why it went disk out of board, and adds a new disk in position and a random position. So we can try again. Let's put 35 degree and let's put a 60% of strength. Let's go now for the first disk, and yeah, again it seems that we didn't reach any square. It's actually very difficult because it's very big, the board. It's like 100 per 100, so it's gonna be difficult. Basically the idea is that you'll be able to see the squares and see the jewel and you're gonna be able to aim and put the right angle and strength, but this is like kind of very hard. So it's basically gonna do this. If we get lucky, let's make one more try. Maybe we can get lucky. Maybe we will hit a square. The jewel will be very difficult, but let's see what happens. Let's put 70 in the angle. Let's put 40 as a strength. Let's choose the 0 1, and no, we didn't get lucky. Well, if you try, you'll probably you'll get lucky and you'll hit probably a block, and it will get pasted. But yeah, but for our purposes, this is the way the program works. Every time asks for every time the disk goes away or stop moving, it asks again for a new disk to choose, a new angle, and a new strength, and you apply it to a disk, and that way you try to aim, and if you get a block, you get paste by the codes, and if you get the jewel, you get points, and they disappear in the same cycle. Thank you very much. Regards. This is Joseph. Bye.